Hey, Mark Clark here from Village Church in Vancouver, Canada. We're in Matthew chapter 6 in our study on Matthew, and he teaches the Lord's Prayer. He says, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." There's a phrase right in the middle here that I just want to hit on for a couple minutes, and it's this: your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is a challenge to generally how Christians think. What we're told as little kids is that the point of Christianity is to say a prayer, and then when you die, you go to heaven, and that's the end of it. That's the point. It's so that you don't go to hell and you do go to heaven, and usually heaven is kind of this spirit world that we go away to for eternity, and then our imagination stops and we think that that's the whole point of life. The problem is Jesus challenges us and scandalizes us with this prayer, because he says, actually, the center of your prayer life and the center of your life in general needs to be your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, because the whole ministry of Jesus is about trying to bring the culture of heaven down to earth. And your life, whether you're talking about your sexuality or what you do with your money or what you do with your family or what you do with your time, is meant to bring the glory and the power and the culture of heaven down to earth. Your life isn't supposed to be about going up to heaven. It's supposed to be about bringing heaven down to the people around you. This is what Jesus says the center of our whole life is. And even in the end, we die and we go to heaven and a spirit world for a little while. But Revelation 21 and 22 says in the end, heaven comes down and reunites with earth, and we're physical again. There's a resurrection. That's the point of life. And what we do here in the world is actually part of that redemptive story. And so you and me in our brains, we need to flip both in our prayer life and in our actions. We need to flip away from how do I go up to heaven to how do I bring heaven down to earth to the people and the lives around me, whether that's coworkers or family or friends or my own church. How is this actually the thing that drives my life? Jesus challenges all of us and says the whole point of your life. There is a beautiful point in Philippians chapter 3 where Paul talks about your citizens. Your citizenship is in heaven. And the point of that wasn't because, hey, you're going to retire one day and go up to heaven. In that day, Philippi was a colony of the Roman Empire, and you were a citizen of Rome, but your point was to bring the culture of Rome to the city of Philippi. And by Paul saying your citizenship is in heaven, it's not so you're going to go there when you die. It's, hey, you're supposed to bring the culture of heaven down to earth in the midst of Philippi, and for you and me in our life. In every aspect, in every sphere of our life, we're supposed to be so different and alternative to the world around us, in the world, but not of it. That's the challenge of the Lord's Prayer.